Me some kind of issue. HyperX. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right. So I know we already had it. Had sort of an interview ish sort of last time.
Yeah.
Um, but like I said, I wanted to also make this live so people don't think I'm out here editing this stuff. You know, I
Right.
wanted to be genuine. Um, and I believe last time you said you prefer to be called Keel
Yeah. It's either Kalam or Leak. It's up to
or
you.
Leak.
Yeah,
Leak.
Leak.
Okay, okay, leak. Damn, I don't know why I said Keel. My bad, bro.
You good? No, not because my Discord is Kalam, so like I get that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
get that
right.
a lot.
So, all right. So, uh, first, let me preface it with everyone because I don't want them to think that I'm selling mentorships or selling courses or anything like that. For everyone that will be watching this, it was I didn't actually do one-on-ones with him like all the time. I was mentoring in a sense when I had time. So my boy would send me messages. I'd answer when I could. Sometimes he'd join the live streams and ask questions there, and he also would like send me a list of questions that I would answer on the live. So that way, you guys could watch them in the future or reference them as well as he could. So, with that being said, I want to start off with just first you briefly introducing yourself and sharing a bit of your background before you started trading.
Okay, so I'm Leak, as y'all know, and my background with trading is whenever the stimulus checks were first coming out, I was trading then or getting into trading then because I was like, okay, I need to invest my money. And I think that whole entire invest my money thing came with me going. This is why going outside is good. I just
Mm-hmm.
I went to a Barnes and Nobles, right, the bookstore. I went to the bookstore, found some guy that dressed in like a suit and tie. I was like, yo, like, you know what I mean? And like, I was curious, so I asked him, like, yo, what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, and I didn't even know what that word meant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 18, 19, don't even know what the word entrepreneur is. I don't even know what he does. He just sounds professional, and he's wearing a suit and tie. He told me, oh, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I run my own business, blah blah blah. He said whenever you turn, I think, no, I think he said whenever you turn 18. I think I was 17 at the time. He said whenever you turn 18 or 19, give me a call. And I was like, okay, cool. And then he told me what book to read. I was like, what book would you recommend? Because he looks like super like gentleman, like like the shoes, the
Mm-hmm.
Gucci shoes, the dressed up.
Right.
I'm like, man, well, what is he doing in this cheap bookstore like near the mall? Like it's crazy. And yeah, he told me read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then from Rich Dad Poor Dad, I think I read some of it, like a quarter of the book, and it was like invest, and then explaining the rat race, which is like if you don't understand financial knowledge, what'll happen is even if you do make millions of dollars, you still have your bad habits and you'll lose it just the same way as you got it, etc. So
Right.
I was like, okay. So I got into investments then. At the time, whenever stimulus checks came out, Forex was booming. At least like the scam side of Forex was booming and the scam side of crypto was booming. So everybody was like pretty much like trying to grab everybody's stimulus check and money and tell them, invest here, invest in this coin, invest in this coin. And then that's when Dogecoin blew up. Like it was just a whole bunch of stuff. And then so I was getting into investments. I got into Forex then and trading then, and then some life situation happened, women, females, like just a whole bunch
Mm-hmm.
of nonsense. And then yeah, I pretty much then finally got my life together and went through a whole bunch of tribulations and a whole bunch of events in my life that made me who I am now, built my personality up and built my dedication and my discipline up. And so now when it's like, okay, I need to find out what I want to do in my life, it's either go back to school for something or start my own thing. It's, I can't work a job. So it's like maybe school's not for me because I can't even keep a job. Getting fired from McDonald's, like who gets
Damn.
fired from McDonald's? Yeah, it's bad. I can't keep a job for nothing. And yeah, so I was like, okay, well, what do I want to do? I'm super good at photography. It's natural to me. Photography's cool, but yet again, I don't want to like depend on people because the moment I have no customers, because I went through a drought with photography at one time and I wasn't making money for almost a whole month because of customers. And that was something that a lot of people in my field were running into. And I was like, yeah, okay, I don't want to go through that because you need to spend money on ad dollars to have consistent customer and then to have a consistent customer base it would have to be models, etc. But not everybody wants a photo shoot every single month, every single week, every single day, and I need consistent money, and that just wasn't it. And on top of money, it's like I'm kind of passionate about it, but not too passionate about it. And then I was just thinking. I had to sit down with myself. I prayed on it, and then trading came back to me. And I started doing research, started getting back into it, um, learning different strategies, watching Mamba, watching everybody, like a whole bunch of like a Doyle Exchange, watching everybody, and just trying to like get the base knowledge and start trading again. And yet again, like I said on the last interview that we did, if you watch too many people, if you watch and study from somebody, they are your mentor. You cannot learn from Jimmy and Jimmy tells you his ideas and his philosophy behind how he views the charts, and then go to Carrie, and Carrie tells you how she views the charts, and then you can't do that unless you have a better way to combine it. But you trying to combine strategies, etc., won't work because the way they see the market is completely different. You have different mentors, so you have to have. Well, I mean, two is okay, but like you have to have like a mentor and really sit down and like understand exactly what they're doing or else you get confused. What I did was I like subscribed to I went on Reddit, was like what's the most authentic YouTubers in the trading in the trading field, and then I just subscribed to the list of people. I made a list on my sticky notes, watched all those people, was learning, did courses. There's the majority of people's courses that y'all pay for online is literally free. I don't know if I can say that, but like majority of the courses are free if you do your
Yeah.
due diligence. Like if you look online, bro, majority of them are free. Like literally, bro, you can pay $10 subscription to this website and it'll give you every course. Like literally, so like people paying thousands
Dang.
and millions. Yeah, I'm not even like, yeah, but I have access to all the courses, and I'm like, okay, I have too much knowledge now because I have everybody's course, like literally everybody's course. So I have access to all this. I'm seeing people like give information, and now I have to judge information with other information and judge authenticity with other authenticities. Like, who do I believe? What do I do? I'm just super lost. And
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, I need to build the base knowledge. So first things first, I need to learn how to read the chart. What is a candlestick? How to go from there. I started reading a book, um, something about candlesticks. Let me see if I can find it because I had it in my notes, but I guess I didn't put it there. But yeah, I started reading a book on I think it's how to read candlesticks, or some of the sort. My fault. Let me get that.
No
Yeah, so I
problem.
was reading I was reading this book. Okay, so I was reading chart patterns, and then
Hmm.
I was reading
Hmm.
the Candlestick Trading Bible. That's the book I was reading, and
Oh.
right, and that book showed me the basics, and I was like, okay, I need to break this down. Okay, how do I break this down to learn it like specifically? Like, I want to be a naked trader, so okay, I'm gonna read candlesticks first, learn about what candlesticks are, and then learn the patterns, and then I'm gonna learn about and then after that I'm gonna read naked forex, and then I should be good
Hmm.
hopefully, and I wouldn't need anything because I was reading a post that somebody said a majority of these courses are based on the book Naked Forex. I was like, okay, well,
Hmm.
I'll read the original source. Like, what if they can
Right.
make courses and guides from this? I can just read the original source. So I started doing that slowly but surely. I got super bored. Reading books is definitely not for the weak. Um, and then I started going into courses again, watching courses. And then one course, I think it was Photon. It was super long course. Like the Photon course guaranteed you that you was gonna pass prop firms and be a profitable trader and have your own trading system and
Right.
blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, there's no way this is believable. But then there's a whole like community based on that. But yet again, remember, if you watch one person, you have to stick with that one person.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm just stick with this, read the book, whatever. So I stuck with that. I learned the base knowledge of Forex. Like I learned the base knowledge of Forex, how it works, the mental behind it, how it's a numbers game. Like
Yeah.
the course. Look, the course did help me with the basics, but yet again, like I said, whenever you sent me the beginners playlist, it literally had all of that on there. And I was like, okay, wow, like that's crazy. Like I could have just met you first and then just like went through the playlist and then been okay. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, but so I did that, and then after that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this guide, and I'm just gonna watch Doyle, and then that's it, and then I'm gonna watch, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And so I did that, and then I was learning, everything started to make sense to me, and then, well, not yeah, everything started to make sense to me because I learned how to read the chart, and I was like, okay, well, I kind of knew all this. It's just he's putting more like I'm just learning the terminology. It's the terminology that really confused me, but I understand what I'm seeing. It's just I didn't know how to explain it. So he's pretty much teaching me how to explain it and say it in words and what I'm looking at specifically. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at it. I'm like, okay, this started to make sense. Okay, cool. And then obviously, I'm started the worst finisher ever. I didn't finish the course. I just learned the base knowledge and what I had to. Whenever it came to his entry and his strategies, I stopped because I had an ego and I wanted to make my own strategy, etc. But lo and behold, I have to practice, etc. And I just didn't do that. So once I learned the base knowledge and how to read a chart or whatever, I went to Doyle, and was watching Doyle's like, oh, supply and demand, supply and demand, supply and demand. I keep hearing that everywhere in the world, supply and demand, supply and demand, supply and demand. Okay, so that's the strategy. I
Right.
watched him make $1,000 in 15 minutes and blah blah blah, like the whole
Yeah.
trader posting clickbait stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I did that. Watched him. Was like, okay, I'm just gonna go with supply and demand. There's other strategies. I'm starting to learn that there's other strategies. It's like I'm starting like it started to become, I think there's like stages of mastery, I think it's called, but it's starting to become like common sense to me, like it's
Mm-hmm.
starting to become like aware to me. You know how when you're driving a car, first you're super anxious, you got anxiety, you don't know how to move the gear, whatever the case is, you might have to look down at the gear when you move it, and then eventually it becomes automatic and you do it, and you can yawn and almost fall asleep while you're driving the car and not feel nervous anymore because
Right.
it's almost like it's a part of you.
Yeah.
So that's the stage I was heading with trading. Is like, okay, I'm starting to understand the terminology. People, I feel like I can have a conversation with a trader now because I did my research.
Yeah.
And yeah, so at that point I was like, okay, cool, I think I'm ready. I started doing a couple of trades here and there. And then once I learned all the knowledge and I learned a lot, I had a lot of knowledge. I was like, okay, what do I do now? I'm like, okay, I need to learn how to like make money now. Like I want to start trading now. I want to start getting into the meat of it. That's when I met my biggest curveball, which is what do I do now? I have
Mm-hmm.
all this knowledge. If I try to trade, I'm losing trades. I tried some funded accounts, doing supply and demand simply. I didn't even understand it fully, and I was confused. I didn't know what to do, and I kept running into the roadblock of self doubt. I kept running in a block of self doubt, not knowing what to do, information overload,
Mm-hmm.
which my old mentor called it mental masturbation. You know what I mean? So so it's like you're pretty much jerking off in your mind, and you're not going nowhere. Like it's just you keep getting all these ideas and these fancy ideas to do this and do that and do that, and it's just you never get anywhere with it. It's just you're in your mind. So I didn't even execute. I didn't bother to back test because I felt like, oh, I was too good to do all that. I was like, oh, I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Um, and eventually I was like, okay, I need a mentor because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm trying to do it by myself. I'm trying to break it down. It's not that simple. Like trading is not like, and then like I would follow these guys on Instagram. I'd see them flexing, whatever the case is. They go on live. Oh, my mentorship is $800 a month, is $800 a week,
Man.
$1,000. I'm like, what the?
Whoa.
I'm like, man. But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a debate with this guy because I'm really confused on why he feels like I would need that. He did make a very good point. He's like, bro, you want to take the long route. Like, okay, how about this? I'll even tell you what I did, and
Mm-hmm.
and and then you decide if you want to go through that. I did the whole ICT course. I learned ICT to the back of my head. I took mad notes. I got two notebooks of ICT notes here. I learned the strategy. I picked the strategy from there, tweaked it to my own to me, whatever, back test a million times. So, and here's all my stats. He showed the notebook of the notes. He showed the back test. I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay. He makes a point. It's like I probably do need a mentor because because he was explaining there's going to be a time where you're super confused, you don't know what to do, and I'm like, wow, I'm at that phase now. Like I don't know what to do, but you have the knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and you just need that guidance and that structure. And so I was looking for a mentor, and then lo and behold, I saw one of your videos actually before I even went to you. I saw one of your videos on I saw one of your videos on my For You page, and I was like, oh yeah, this a good title. I listened to the first 5 minutes. I said, oh yeah, this is about to be a good video. I'm gonna save this somewhere. I have so many videos in my like watched later and
Mm-hmm.
my like likes that I was supposed to watch and I never get to. I just keep it in the back of my head like, okay, yeah, this is about to be a good video with good information. I'll save it, and I just like saved a stockpile a bunch of videos. And yeah, your video was in there. And then I'm in the community where they're like leaking courses. They're like leaking people's courses or whatever the case is. And I was like, bruh, like I need help. Like I feel like I'm reaching like a disconnect, and I need like a mentor. Can anybody help? And then someone sent me your Discord,
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I
And
remember
then
that. Yeah.
yeah, and then someone sent me your Discord. He was like, "Yo, hit him up. He's a really good guy. He's gonna help you, bro. He gonna get you right." And I was like, "All right, bet, no problem, no problem, no problem." So I was like, "Bro, it's like my last hope because I'm like, bro, I'm finna like have to save the money and spend the thousand million trillion dollars on a month trying to get mentorship. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I'll try it. And then because I was like, it's free. Like you are free. Like you are a free resource, which is super rare. Like the timing is impeccable. Like I want to do
For
trading. I want this to be the rest of my life. I'm low on money right now in funds. I got rent to pay. I got bills to pay. You are giving information for free. You're trying to help people. You give me just a little bit of game and knowledge, and I ran with that, and you
real.
were able to help me and organize the thoughts in my head and keep me from going any deeper in that circle jerk of knowledge,
Yeah.
and just keep getting more and more knowledge on things that I don't need that I already know. Like you said, majority of this stuff is repeated, but
Yeah.
in different ways that it's repeated.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, so I did that. I hit you up, you hit me back up. We got on a phone call. Super surprised. Like the fact that you even hit me back, and the fact that we got on the phone call within the next day, it was just crazy. Like that, like the timing is impact. Like the timing is crazy. Like
Yeah,
right
it really
before I
was.
gave up. Yeah, like literally right before I gave up because I was like, bro, I was desperate when I called you, bro. It was bad. It was like, are you sure? I'm like, like, yeah, yeah. Then lo and behold, I'm here. I'm here now. Now I know what I'm doing. I'm solidifying like my knowledge in trading to where now I can like I'm starting to understand the definition of strategy and what a
Yeah.
strategy is, which I feel like not a lot of people like I said, there's no videos on like really strategy and explaining what strategy is in general.
Yeah.
Um, it definitely is subjective. I definitely agree with that. You're the one that told me that word, and I've been using it like in life like a lot because
Yeah.
it's like it applies to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like really, it is person by person and case by case basis.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I'm starting to learn what strategy is, and now I'm like, okay, this doesn't work here, move on. And
Mhm.
like, okay, I lost a trade for the day, move on. Like I'm
Mhm.
not emotional anymore. Like I really did make me a little stoic. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, it definitely helped me a lot. And yeah, at the
S-
point I'm at now.
So, uh, how would I? Okay, so how would you say? I guess that the sort of mentorship I gave, um, I guess what was the most valuable thing you learned from it, or from all of it?
Okay, I would say, well, let me start off with the benefit. I think the benefit is you were able to answer the questions that I had because you either went through it or you understand it. So you're able
Mm,
to explain it and teach it. And like if you're able to teach, that's close to the end of mastery. You know what I mean? You're able to
right.
explain it to somebody and break it down.
Right.
Um the biggest thing I learned uh is it's a lot. Like uh stop definitely I learned to stop like over exaggerating, like over complicating everything,
Mm-hmm.
and literally just do it is probably what I would explain. And like I hate the cliche social media, oh just do it, you gotta grind, whatever the kid, like bro, like they're
Yeah,
saying that
bro.
because bro, they're saying that because it's true. Like I
Yeah.
can't like holy shit, like bro, I
Yeah.
can't explain it. It's literally true. Like it's like I literally you have to shut off your brain and literally do it. Don't shut off your brain completely because you have to learn and like
Yeah.
absorb knowledge, but like shut off your emotional, shut off the ego,
Mm-hmm.
just because the majority of us is definitely ego, bro. Like just
Yep.
shut off all of that and just do it. No complaints. There's no okay, I'm gonna try this once or twice and it didn't work, so I'm gonna say trading doesn't work and whatever the case is because you also harm other people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you want to be a good person, you also harm other people. Like bro, there's countless of times where I read, oh, trading takes 3 years, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, it that would have made sense if I didn't have any help. That would
Mm-hmm.
make complete sense. But you trying to say trading is this, trading is bad, trading takes 80,000 years. I don't think that's necessarily true. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like if you have structure and you do kind of have that mentorship or some sort of guideline,
Yeah.
then then it shouldn't take that long, bro. Six months, a concentrated 6 months with nothing else. I feel like you'll definitely get it down, and I feel like a concentrated 6 months with guidance and no out like no swerves or no like shortcuts to anything, and just pure 6 months of grinding, 3 months of learning, or like a month of learning, because the concepts and everything, that's nothing. You can learn that in like a month, not even. And like
Yeah.
I'm being super generous with the 6 months. But then
Yeah.
after you learn the concepts for the first month, I guess the second month you can look at strategies, and then third, fourth, fifth, 6 months you can just back testing. You can just literally just back test, maybe live test. Maybe use the short or the long tool, and
Mm-hmm.
place the imaginary trade live
Yeah.
in the market, and see if you hit your take profit, and forward test.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that's super, like, you could definitely do it in a short amount of time. But I definitely learned, just definitely do it. Like, stop being so emotional about it, because I was definitely emotional when I sent you a lot of things. I was then there complaining when I sent you like majority of them, and you were like, bro, it's not that deep, pretty much, like in responses, or like it's not that complicated. And
Yeah.
you were telling, and majority, like, I think the best advice you told me was definitely, like, yeah, just literally do it, like back test, like literally
Mm-hmm.
do what you don't want to do. Like, I did not want to back test, and I did not want to watch any more videos.
Yeah.
But obviously I need a mentor, and I'm like, okay, well, if I want him to mentor me, it's like, okay, maybe I can get him to mentor me if I show him that I can put in the work. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, okay, bet. So I'm gonna listen to him, and at least if I listen to him, I can say, hey, I proved you wrong because your advice didn't work, and blah 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 blah. At least I can do something if I'm gonna have an ego about it and be some sort of emotional about it. Okay, cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, okay, I'm gonna do it. No questions asked. Whatever. I'm just gonna do it. And eventually, it like all of my questions was answered. Like, majority of the things that I was like confused about came answered within back testing. Back testing is not just for strategy, but back testing is definitely chart experience. That's definitely what it is. Chart experience is like key. Like, you really do need chart experience. You can't just rush in there and see one or two things and trade. I mean, you can, granted, but still, like, if the trade reverses because the market just wants to do what the market's gonna do, but can you get out fast enough?
Yeah.
Are you stunned by numbers? Are you emotional about a number on your screen? You know what I mean? Like, are you not gonna take what the market gives you? Sometimes you might have to pull out early of a trade. Is that a problem for you? Like, can you trade manage correctly? Like, all
Mm-hmm.
of that comes within, like, chart experience. So definitely,
Yeah.
when you told yeah, so whenever you told me just back test and didn't, because you didn't really answer majority of my questions, because I get that you, from the beginning, you said you can't really explain it. It comes within trading. It definitely got answered within trading,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. People definitely um, undervalue that because that's like I said, that's like basically how I uh, was able to learn how to trade too because everything I saw, I always back tested, I always tried, and like the mental hurdle of like you went through right when you were experiencing like that sort of drawdown in confidence and feeling like you didn't know what you were doing and stuff like that, like all that hits you. But once you stick with it and you actually do backtest, like I keep telling everybody to do in my videos, I don't say it to try to promote a program or a software, or I don't say it
Yeah,
because I'm trying to be lazy and not teach you guys everything. Because the truth of the matter is, there really is just certain things that is really hard to answer because sometimes like it can be like I said pretty subjective. It's up to your discretion. If like you would tell me, hey, I see certain patterns in the market, and you would explain to me how those patterns would look like, and for me I was like, oh, I've never really seen that, I've never noticed that, that's interesting.
yeah,
And I'm like, but it works, but it seems to work for him. So as long as it
right,
works for him, that's all that matters. And the same thing for other people. Other people seem that it's like a waste of time, it's too much work, this and that. They think that it's that the way you're gonna learn how to trade is by learning new stuff. Well, I mean, you still gotta apply the stuff you learned regardless, so you still gotta
yeah,
back test it. There's no escaping that. And I really do think that if people just stopped wasting their time um, learning stuff that is already out there or trying to pay for stuff that's already out there, stuff that they already know. And if they would have just back to simple stuff like order blocks, supply and demand, with liquidity, fair value gaps, all that stuff, I mean, they'd be just fine. They would be more than
yeah,
fine. And so I'm glad that you also took that advice and ran with it, you know, and and I thought it was kind of interesting. And I thought it was kind of funny too that. But remember when I told you that we were laughing because you were about to pay me? Because remember I told you I was like, yeah, look, if you really want to pay me, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna charge you like $500 for the month,
Yeah.
I think. And then I told you I was like, but look, save up the money. If by the end of like you watching all my videos and doing everything I tell you, if you still really absolutely want to pay me, fine. And then you surprised me with those stats and the fact that you passed your prop firm challenge. And I was like, what in the world? I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I bet he's glad he didn't pay me. And I was in
Yeah,
the just
absolutely. Yeah, I was like, I'm more profit from accounts. Yeah, let's
yeah.
go.
Like, and I love it,
Uh,
man. I love it, and that's why it psyched me up. I was like, it proves the fact that I was right because I love being right. Who doesn't, right?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
I was like, yeah, I was right. You don't need to pay people money to learn what is already out there. And I'm proud of the content that I'm making and I'm still making because it's going to start um, making it more competitive to the people that are selling courses because now they're going to have to figure out a way sooner or later how to entice more people
Yeah,
um, into trying to pay for something that is already out there for free
yeah,
that can make them money and that can make them good traders without having to pay thousands of dollars worth of courses. And so, you know, I was glad that you were willing to also stick with it because that was another thing. And for everyone that's gonna watch this video, there was another person before him that asked me to mentor him, and I gave him the exact same rules and criteria if he wanted me to mentor him, and he did not go through with it. He ended up, I guess, either leaving the Discord or he ended up just not hitting me back up. Or all I know is that he didn't do what I told him to do, and I think till this day he's still doing something else. And so when my boy Leak actually came through, he said, "Yeah, I'll do it. You know, it sucks, but I will do it." And next thing you know, we're here having this convo on a live, trying to motivate others as well and proving to the world that yeah, it's possible to do basically anything that you do want, and it's achievable if you just stick to it. And which actually kind of leads me to um, my next point. What was one of the biggest challenges, one of the biggest challenges that you faced when you started out, and how did you overcome it?
yeah. I definitely feel like it's a big self discipline thing, man. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
everybody should definitely read Atomic Habits before you start doing any kind of career that's outside of a job. Definitely read Atomic Habits. Um, I know that book, which I haven't even read it myself, but I know that if I read that book, I would probably would have had an easier time. But I didn't have the self discipline, and I didn't make it a habit to read or kind of get any personal knowledge going on. But definitely learning self discipline is definitely key. I had a problem with self discipline because that's where majority of my problems stem from in the first place. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if I had self discipline, I probably would have been way like faster sooner. You know what I mean? Like or
Yeah.
way in a better place sooner.
Yeah.
But that just wasn't the case. So self discipline was definitely a roadblock that I ran into, and dropping my ego or my emotions on doing things that
Mm,
are necessary for my trading success, like journaling.
yeah.
I didn't want to journal, and then I was like, okay, I have to write it down. And then when I started journaling, I started to see common things that I had wrong, like
Mm-hmm.
like everything that you think is cliche that you don't want to do, you have to do it, bro. You just
Yep.
do it, bro.
Yep.
Like it's for your benefit. And then, like also what I learned is like two things, two big things. Now that we're talking about it, that popped up in my head.
Mm-hmm.
First things first, I think the reason why people don't want to do back testing is because people don't want to trade for like people don't want to do anything for free. A lot
Right.
of people don't want to do things for free. So like back testing is you're trading for free. Like, bro, you're sitting
Mm-hmm.
here on the chart. You're not making any money. Like, bro,
Yeah.
bro, I'm over at back testing. I'm like, wait, I'm not making any money. Like, I'm really
Yeah,
wasting my
dude.
time. Like, why not just like take the gamble and do it on a really kind of risk making money and not making money? Like, because that's what the focus is. The focus is money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's not be
Right.
delusional. Like, the whole point of
Right.
trading is to make money. That's what it
Right.
is. You know what I mean? Like, so you know what I mean? Back testing is like, bro, you're just sitting there trading in front of a screen for hours, like doing it for free, bro, instead of
Yep.
risking money. Like, at least money's being made, even if I do lose a lot. At least I can feel the satisfaction of getting money. And then I just had to get through that whole like, okay, I'm doing it for free, bro. Like, because I have to understand that, or everybody has to understand that, like, why not? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just like with religion sometimes and praying sometimes, you know,
Mhm.
I tell people, I'm like, why not? Like,
Right.
if it's supposed to benefit you, why not just do it emotionally? Like why not
Right.
look out for the benefit of yourself? Just do it, bro.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like if you jump once a day, it'll make your heart rate get better and it'll make you healthier. Why not just jump once a day? You know what I mean? Like why make it a
Right.
big like why not why make it a big deal? Like you know what I mean? Like if you have to walk here and you get 1 penny a day, it'll build up. Why not just get a penny? Like why not just do it? And because people have a lot of time in the day, but
Mhm.
they waste it majority of the time. And then when they have the free time, they're like, oh, they're bored or whatever the case is. That people have a lot of time. They're just super bad at time management, so they don't understand how much time they really have to do the things that they want or the things that's gonna help better them. Like, why not just do it? Like, why? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's not gonna harm you. It doesn't kill you. As long as it doesn't kill you or harm you in a way where it's you can't recover. Why not just do it?
Yeah.
Like why like I had to sit there and ask myself and really like have an argument. Like bro, I was my biggest obstacle, like,
Mhm.
and I feel like that's what a lot of people, because I learned a lot. Like I, I spent no money learning what I know on trading. End of story. Simple. I spent no dollars. This is all free. This is
Man.
all free. This is all free, and I'm at above a 35% word rate, which is I think they said that was actually high, like something, but like above a 30 is actually really high. But I'm literally sitting at a win rate
Yep.
with almost 300 trades. Like I'm actually
Yep.
doing this. Like I'm actually doing like that. That's literally
Mhm.
unbelievable. Like
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, man.
like and it's free. I spent no like I did nothing but look online, dedicate myself, and it's free. It's literally free. I was doing what I'm doing. Like if you're driving somewhere, you can always listen to podcasts. If you're
Right.
driving somewhere, you know what I mean. If you're gonna text and drive, you might as well read and drive. I'm not promoting anything. Do not
No,
do
but
your
yeah, I
phone
mean
and
that's
drive.
true. I mean, if
But
you're gonna
yeah,
risk your
yeah.
life,
But
you
I'm
might as well
saying,
do
yeah,
it for
yeah,
something
yeah,
good.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, why not just do it? Like, I can't. Like, bro, Shia LaBeouf, bro, it was crazy because when I first started this, that really put me down the journey of trading was my friend sent me the video of Shia LaBeouf, and I saw the video of Shia LaBeouf. Just do it, just do it. Like, I didn't understand what he was saying until I understood what he was saying. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta real like, bro, he was saying just do it. Like that's a real like I can't, bro. I got emotional when it actually hit me. Like it's deeper than what it is. He said, "Don't let your dreams just be dreams. Just do it." Like literally, like why not? Like literally, ask yourself why not. Like oh, bro, why not just do it? You know what I mean? Hey, a
Yeah.
month, like what? Like bro, you sit there, you drink alcohol, you smoke weed, you sit there and you spit lame game to females, bro. Like do something, bro. At least do something, bro. You over there pump faking everything else in life. You might as well go ahead and just do it. Like
Right.
literally, I don't understand why not just do it. Like what's wrong with doing it? It's not gonna hurt you, bro. Just like me with going to the gym. Like I didn't want to go to the gym. Now I'm starting to go to the gym because I'm like, why not? Like I'm not. You feel me? Like I'm not gonna die going to the gym. And if I do, it's my time to go. Granted, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean. I'm like, why not just do it? Like I'm gonna do nothing but look good. I want what I want, and I have to do what I have to do. It's just
Right.
something I have to do. I have to remove all emotion. Like I have to do it even when I want to do it. Like, bro, I tell myself I'm gonna do it until I cry, and I never get to that point of crying because
Right.
I be psyching myself out every time to not do it before I even get to the point of any sort of struggle in anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
100%.
and yeah, and I feel like a lot of people, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if there's a lot of people like me, but hopefully, you know, I can help somebody in just doing it, like literally just do it. What's wrong, bro? Like, there's nothing wrong with just doing. Just try it. A month,
Mhm.
a year, something. You know what I mean? Like, you've been treating yourself bad for years. You've been joking with yourself for years. You've been psyching yourself out for years. Why not just try it for a year? Why not just try something good for a year? Why not just give something your all? Because what's wrong with that? And then the moment you feel like quitting, just know you're about to progress because your mind is made to keep you comfortable. So the moment your mind starts to sense that you might be making progress, or you might change, or something might be different, or you might develop a new brain stem. Your brain's gonna want to keep you comfortable. You might get more tired, you might get more sleepy. That's the time that you have to like force yourself to keep doing it, because you have to fight yourself. You are gonna be your biggest obstacle. And I feel like nobody really says that. And everybody keeps saying, "Oh, get your mentor right, get your mentor right," but they never explain why. And I feel
Right.
like I feel like it's because you are gonna become your biggest obstacle. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're
Um,
right, dude.
for
100%.
sure.
Yeah, because people, like you said, the reason why is, like you said, you are, at the end of the day, your biggest obstacle. People can complain about everything around them. Their life could be terrible, but you also have the power to make it even worse. And once people realize that, and they start slowly but surely at least taking one step, at least one step at a time, that'll still count for something. And
Yeah,
and I think I told you this before, slow motion is still motion.
yeah,
So no matter how slow it is, man, people have to still give it a shot, especially when it comes to trading, man. Especially, I know it can be difficult at first, but hopefully with people like you, people that have already done it, explaining like what those obstacles were, how you overcame them. Hopefully, it also helps people overcome them even quicker, and hopefully, just build a whole community out of it to keep finding people like you and me that are also struggling and saying, "Hey, look, it's possible. We already got someone that did it, right? My man's Keel, he did it. He could do it. You can do it." And
right,
that's that to me is a huge motivator. Hearing your mindset just change completely, like 180, man. Like just completely changed, man. Completely changed.
right.
And I actually wanted to ask you this too, because I remember, because speaking of the whole mindset thing, what do you think? Tell me the difference from what you thought of my 300 trading rule to what do you think of it now?
It's necessary. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, 300 trades was crazy. Like when you said 300 trades, I was like, impossible. There's no way you're
Yeah.
tripping. Like I'm not. No, I'm like, bro, in my head. But yet again, I had to. Bro, I swear I'm gonna write a book. I had to ask myself, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not just do 300? What's
Yeah.
wrong? At least I can prove him wrong.
Right.
If like it goes wrong, at least I can say something to him like, hey, bro, you suck. Like it didn't
Yeah.
work. You know what I mean? Haha, I'm right, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I got an ego too. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I'm like, yet again, why not? So I just did it, and I was like, okay. Like once I don't know, I gave it like an hour, and I was already like 72 trades in. I was like, oh well, that was quick. Like, why
Mm-hmm.
am I like acting like it's a big deal? Like once
Yeah.
you get the system down and like, okay, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for my requirements before I trade, and then after that, I'm scaling down, looking for my entries. Okay. And I'll scale that even further, look for my sniper entries, and then you can really start to understand what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was just like, okay, like bro, once you get it down packed, it becomes systematic, and that's what you want it to be is mechanical.
Yep.
So
One hundred
yeah,
percent. One hundred
that's
percent.
what's
Because
going through.
for all the people that don't know what I mean by my 300 trade rule is, I also told him when I was telling him the back test, I asked him to do at least 300 trades. And yeah, I mean, I could already tell right off the bat that he thought I was crazy for requesting such an egregious thing. And and I was like, but you got to do it, man, because I was trying to, like, I couldn't really explain to him, but it's like a weird phenomenon where I was telling him, look, but there's gonna be a point, a certain threshold that once you're back testing and you do it for so freaking long, like you just do it so much that you really feel like this is like a in sync thing that you just know where price is going to go towards. Like you just know if it's going to hold or not hold, if your trade's going to play out or not play out. It's just a weird thing. Like you can, it's like you can almost tell, like, oh, okay, it's going to do a new high, it's going to create a new low, it's going to create a change of character. It's just a weird thing, and he couldn't even believe what I was saying until he actually
Yeah,
did it. And now when he tells me the same things, like, I don't know why, man, but it's like I can kind of tell because I can sort of see this happening, and then when I see that happening, this happens as well. And so he's like, it's like an in sync thing, and people think that I'm making that up. People, when people hear me say that, it's like, oh man, this man don't know what he's talking about. He's just some random dude trying to make a name for himself, or
Yeah.
somehow trying to
Trying to
make
get a
a
money
quick
grab.
buck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
facts. Yeah.
because I had a dude on IG one day comment telling me that I was just trying to make money or some crap like that, and I was like, from what? What? Can you point to what it is that I'm selling? No response. But once they
Yeah.
see, but they judge it off of like a thing that I'll say or something that I'll try to explain, and they'll be like, nah, he's just trying to say this or trying to say something about some crazy, some clickbaity, so that way people can look into it and see if he can scam them into selling something on the low, which I wouldn't do. And I mean, you're a testament
Yeah,
to that.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. Because whenever you told me, oh, just watch all my videos. Here's a playlist, and I looked at your playlist, and the playlist wasn't all of your videos. It was also other people's videos,
hmm
and I was like, okay, like, oh, like, and then like during your videos, you also recommended other people's channels. It's certain things that you like I was raised on the internet. Like first off, the internet raised me. Like
hmm
I wasn't like I didn't have the best family situation. You feel me? Like my parents was barely home, divorced afterward. Like it was terrible. Like my family situation is traumatic. I was raised in the internet. The internet raised me and taught me everything I know today, and taught
yeah.
me how to talk, walk, and speak. So like I would say even just a month of doing your own research, you'll start to see the keys and like, okay, this person's trying to money grab. Okay, this person is sponsored by this. Okay, they're trying to money grab a little too much now. Okay, now you have to question the integrity of what they do. There's certain things like, bruh, people are dumber than you think. Majority
For
of people are
real.
dumber than you think. So they'll slip up eventually, and like not every video is gonna be perfect on the point. So when he sent me a playlist, and the playlist was like the playlist of other people's videos, and then also had like an hour long video explaining things, and then I glanced through it and scanned through it. I was like, okay, you're making sense. You're trying to build me a foundation in case I don't know it. You're still
hmm
trying to build me a foundation. So I was like, okay, I am gonna watch all your videos, because all your videos in the title almost answer the questions that I've been longing for to be answered, and within your videos too, you do answer a lot of questions that I did need to have answered, etc. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you,
One hundred
you,
percent.
you definitely tell. Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, and like I said, uh, like some of the stuff that you've told me, and in the questions that you sent me, uh, for those of you don't know, I'm actually remaking my supply and demand slash order block video because his questions inspired me to look back into those videos and refine them and add even more stuff to make it just overall more efficient and more valuable, because I do believe that I can still further improve just like everyone else can. And I want to also be able to show people that once again, you don't need to pay for any of it. It's
yeah,
all there for free. Literally, it's all there for free. And my goal is to give you as much, as odd as it sounds, as much information that is valuable, that isn't unnecessary to know, and that you can use and say, okay, I'm going to build my own trading strategy, or I'll just follow the trading strategies this person's giving me. Or if for some reason this isn't working, you can look at my video again and say, oh, he also recommends to try this too, as well. Okay, so
all
let
right,
me replace this piece with this other piece that he's telling me to use, so on and so forth. Right? That's kind of, but I'm also trying to structure it in a way that it makes sense. And my goal is also to uh, add as many trading strategies that people can also use, whether it's ICT or SMC stuff, that are profitable and that still make money, to also sort of cut that learning curve as well, because I also want to educate people, but I also want to help them make money with actual strategies that I use and that I've implemented, and hopefully people will see later down the line. But before I do that, before I release those kinds of videos, I have to give everyone a solid foundation. I want to be able to always reference people. Like, I always keep it in mind like this: if there's someone I meet out in the streets and they'll say, "Hey man, what do you do for a living?" I
yeah,
do this. How do I do that? How do I learn this? Oh, easy. Here, follow this link. That's all. Literally everything you need.
yeah,
Everything. And And right off of that, I want to see people text me and say, "Hey, man, look, thanks for the link that you sent me. I understand what I'm doing now. Or I've been following it for a while. It makes total sense. I'm good now, just like you. You found out, you found your way, you know what you're doing." And I guess to sort of near the conclusion in the sense of the video, uh, tell me, or I guess tell the world really, like what training strategy or techniques have been most effective for you, and like I guess also tell us the moment that you felt like you started becoming a successful trader, and also like again the techniques that you used to become that successful trader.
Uh, I would say my aha, well, kind of my aha moment, because I don't feel like I'm completely there myself, even though like I have the stats to prove that I'm probably there. I don't feel like I'm at my complete aha moment until I'm like in sync, like ultra sync. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is when I started to not think like it's so weird. Like you said, you can't explain
Yeah, it is
it.
weird,
like,
huh?
like when you see something and you know what it is. You know when you see a stop sign, you're just gonna stop. Like you don't have to
Yeah.
think too much. You just, oh, it's red.
Mm-hmm.
It's a it's a stop sign. Stop. You know what I mean? Like when it becomes second nature, and like when I start to see, okay, like it's getting real wiki. It's making a wedge looking formation on the 1 minute where my entries are inside the zone. It's not gonna bounce back up. It's gonna fall straight down past my zone every single time. And once you're right the first time in your head, it just clicks. Like
Right.
once you're like, oh, I've seen this before. It's getting wiki. It's not gonna go to past my zone, and it just clicks. Yeah, bro. Like yeah, you're like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. For
like
sure.
yeah, that's when everything kind of clicked to me, and then like I feel like now I'm no longer emotional with my own emotions. Like my emotions are tied to the chart.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so weird, but like I'll have anxiety when I feel like it's not gonna go my way, and I can just leave the trade, and it literally won't go my it literally won't go my way. But when I'm confident, I'm straight confident. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a go for a 1 to 4 on this one. I hit it,
Yeah.
boom, because I'm completely confident. Like it just I see everything. I see the building blocks that I need. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah, you
Okay.
just
I got
you gotta back test, man. You gotta back test, man. You know, what I mean? You gotta back test, man. 300 deep, man. You gotta back
you.
test.
100%, bro.
You
Tell them,
gotta
bro.
back
Tell them.
test.
Tell them,
You
because
gotta back test, man. You got to back test, bro.
they
Like, you
got
got
to,
to back
bro.
test.
And the sad
Yeah.
part is that I also like I'll tell people all the time. I have a trading strategy. I highlighted in the Discord which one's the favorite one that I love using, and yet people will still make all the avoidable mistakes
If
that
you back test.
if
Yeah.
yeah, like if you just back to like, dude, if you would just, and I've told plenty of people that have DM'd me, that I have done lives and then send me questions afterwards. I'm like, dude, all this stuff. First of all, if you would have watched the videos that I've sent to you or that are recommended for you to watch, that would have been answered right off the bat. That could have been avoided. And then I'm just like, but if you were to just backtest, if
Yeah.
you were to just backtest, that would literally fix like 90% of your problems. Because
Yeah.
honestly, during backtesting, you're going through basically everything that you would go through on a live account. You would be emotional. Why? Because it's too much work sometimes. Sometimes the strategy ain't playing out the way you would like for it to play out. Sometimes you'll have months that are in red. Sometimes you'll have days that are in red, weeks that are in red, and you're going through this whole emotional of roller coaster of doubts. Same thing as you would if you were live trading. You're still going through those emotions of
Yeah.
I'm doubting myself. I don't think I know what I'm doing. This, and that, whatever the case may be. And yet, the worst part is that you're doing it on a live account, and all that money could have been saved. All those tough times could have been avoided,
Yeah.
or unnecessary hardships could have been avoided if you just would have back tested.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, and like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
my fault.
No, no, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, no. I was about to say I definitely agree, because what a lot of people don't understand is that the only way you should be wrong in the market with a system is if the market changes sentiment mid trade. That's the
Right.
only time you should be wrong. You should not be
Right.
wrong because of your simple mistakes, whether it be your entries or your system. No, bro, there's no way. Like you should come to the market prepared. The market,
Yes.
bro, you are my liquidity. If you don't, bro, if you don't back test and get your strategy right, you're my liquidity, homie.
Right.
You're literally walking liquidity. You're giving money to the market for free. Like, no, that's crazy work. And like, I also realized that like so-called sniper entries, like to break it down because I never understood what sniper entries meant, and people kept saying, "Well, sniper." Is sniper entries is getting an entry at almost the maximum profit, like catching the whole move pretty much, and entering at the peak point of reversal almost,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned that through trading. I was learning it through trade. I was like, okay, I'm waiting for a 2 bar close, but on the 5 minute, but the 2 bar close on a 5 minute is like 300 pips. I'm like, yo, I'm
Right.
doing something wrong. Like, what is this? Like, I'm
Yeah.
waiting for 2 bar close with like you know what I mean, like a big 2 bar close, and I'm waiting for the next candle to close above it. I'm like, yo, why am I like, this is crazy work. Like, I'm sitting here trying to trying to catch like almost just 50 pips after I make that move, and I'm like, what if I just scale down? And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh, it just clicked. I like literally, bro, I can't explain. Like, I know it's common sense that some people are like, oh yeah, you're supposed to lower time frame for your entries, but like people are intimidated of the 1 minute and the 30 second. I mastered the 1 minute. I
Right.
stare at the 1 minute and look for my sniper entries and look for my reversals, breaker structure back to the upside, following overall market sentiment, so I can have a more high probability trade. Trading is all on probabilities
Right.
and knowing what you're looking at. If you know what you're looking for in the lower time frames, you can get better entries. My entries on the 1 minute can be even refined, and I'll go around on the 30 second to the 100 ticks. Like,
Right.
because I understand what I'm looking for. I'm looking for change the character, breaking structure back to that side. I'm looking for change the character and the breaking structure and liquidity grab. Like, I'm looking for building blocks that make my strategy. I'm looking for my strategy to be fulfilled, and I can get a better entry. And like, I only learned that through back. I can't, bro. If I didn't back, like, if I wasn't back testing to this point, I would be nowhere. I feel like
Right.
I wouldn't. I couldn't call myself a trader. I can't, bro. Like, that's just, I'm
Yeah.
being 100, bro. I couldn't
Yeah.
even. Yeah.
No, it's true. It's 100% because, bro, it takes people so many, sometimes years, man, just to finally give up and say, fine, I'll back test, I'll log all my trades. Because, bro, a lot of people aren't even logging their uh, live trades that they're gambling with. They don't even log those. And I ask myself all the time, like I've had people hit me up like, "Hey man, how much money do you think I should start off in the live markets? I know you said," and they'll literally tell me, "I know you said not to do that, but how much would you still recommend?" I'm like, "Dude, why would you ask me that? I don't recommend you to do that." And then they'll still go ahead and do it, or they'll tell me, "Look, I'm gonna do it anyways." So I'm like, "All right, fine, just put in like $50 then." That's the most I would ever tell anyone to do, or just put less of that if possible. Just put a
Yeah.
lot less
Yeah.
because there's no
Yeah.
reason to. There's literally no
Right.
reason to, and and even that is emotional trading because now you're trying to put in a certain amount of money based on how you feel you think you might be able to gamble it. That should never ever be the case. That should never ever be the
Right.
case.
And I'm like, hey, bro, if you gonna gamble, you might as well learn the right way. And guess what? You're absolutely correct. If you're not gonna document it, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna document your gambles and see, what kind of worked in your gambling. Like, you know what I mean? Still,
Yeah,
like, why not? Why not?
yeah,
Remember, why not? You know what I mean?
exactly,
Literally.
exactly. They need, bro. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
and like trading is we make it difficult, bro. We do make it difficult on ourselves for absolutely no freaking reason. There's no reason to make it difficult on ourselves, and that's why the learning curve is so hard, and that's why these mentors, these gurus take advantage of people because they swear they can curve it for you. They swear they know how to get over that problem. When they know what the problem is, they just don't want to listen and they just want to gamble their money away. That's
Yeah.
really what it is. And it
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Not just say that. I don't even. I honestly, I would feel bad for the people that's getting their money wasted. But at this point, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you're lazy and
Mm-hmm.
you just do it to yourself, I can't really feel bad because you didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You ate a spicy chip and expected it to be sweet. That don't really make sense. You know what I mean? Like, you have to definitely put in the work and make it make sense, because now that you're saying that, you're right. People are lazy. If they did do their research and did what's necessary, they wouldn't be going through this problem.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what's crazy? I remember when I first started off, I saw I saw a guy also recommend another mentor that was also doing some of this stuff sort of for free. But
Mm.
he had also courses that people were making money off of. Like for instance, like a good example would be like someone like Dodgy. He has a paid Discord, the monthly paid Discord, but he also tells people not to buy it. He tells people don't buy my Discord. All the stuff that you need is already free on my YouTube. People have already learned his strategy for free from YouTube, even off of his own shorts, YouTube shorts. But every time I've seen this a lot. I've seen people say, "Look, I've learned. I got funded by watching this person's videos, this person's trading strategies for free. I was able to make money. I was able to learn. I recommend you join the Discord." Dude, literally, people will still join. Would have joined like group buys to buy other people's stuff. They would still try to find a way to pay for a mentorship. They would get in all this debt. Um, when I even and there was another place where I went to. I don't want to say their name because I'm afraid that I might get like in trouble or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
But
yeah. Facts. I never know about
um,
this field. Yeah.
but it's damn, I really want to say it. I might say later down the line. It might accidentally slip. Who knows?
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, nah, I was gonna say, can you name the creator? Never mind.
uh,
It's messy.
okay, so I don't know if I can. I think as long as I don't, what do you call that? Like, what's that thing that you can
Like,
get sued for?
defamation.
Defamation? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
defamation. I don't know if I can get sued for that or
No,
anything like
no,
that.
no. But if it's in your experience, you've experienced it, so you can talk about your experience. You just
Ah, okay,
can't
okay,
like,
okay,
hey, this guy's dog. Like, no,
okay,
you can
okay,
say,
okay.
hey, my experience.
My experience.
So
Okay,
Tyler
so
with my experience.
my experience with one of these places was called Online Trading Academy. I think it was in Tampa. I think they had something going on in Tampa, Florida, and that was the first actual like place that I attended physically for mentorship guidance.
Oh, you
Now,
did a physical. Whoa,
yeah, yeah,
I never thought
yeah,
about that.
I went to that one, uh, but they, I don't want to say they scammed me per se, but
I
they sort
mean,
of made it seem like they were going to guide you for 3 days using a specific type of software that they have. And that's the main reason why I paid for a 3 day seat. And I think it was only $100 for that seat for 3 days. But they were at least gracious enough to feed you for those 3 days that you went. Um, but I was told that I was going to learn how to use this specific software to learn how to trade and all this and that. We only used that software for like one day, and it was for like half an hour. So I don't know what they did there. Sadly, I don't have any of that stuff in writing. I think I
yeah.
actually still have one of their programs printed out that they gave me. I need to find it somewhere. I don't remember where I put it. But that's like the only thing that proves that I really was there. But they
Mm.
had a mentorship, and they were teaching something that was apparently a trading strategy that they themselves had made patented, and they claimed it was like, oh yeah, it's such a good strategy. You know, in order for us to get it patented, or whatever, uh, they had to prove that it worked. So I was like, oh man, they must know what they're doing. Now, granted, they did have a forex expert by the name of Ed Ponzi. I know the name sounds laughable because Ponzi scheme or whatever, but that was his actual last name. I reviewed the guy, checked the guy online. He does know what he's talking about. Like, this guy is an actual legitimate expert in forex trading. So to me, it was a huge deal to be in the same room with him, to talk to him. Great guy, really cool dude, great guy.
All right.
And point is, he was teaching the strategy that he doesn't even trade. That he has his own strategy. He was actually kind of new to the company, but he was teaching this strategy that they claimed, that the company claimed, was like this amazing brand new breaking strategy. Okay, I
Do you
did my
remember what it
research
was?
on it, and it was all supply and demand.
Yeah, I was about to say it's been sound like some black men already.
Man, dude, I was like, this is. And at first I was like, that's weird. Why would they patent something that's literally available online? And then some of the guys were talking to me for some unknown reason. People were talking to me, and it's funny. Everybody around me was like in their 30s, bro. I was literally the only one in like I think it was 19 or 20 at the time, 18 or 19. I can't remember. I think I was like 19 though, 19 or 20. And everybody around me was like, "Hey man, what do you think about the mentorship they're selling?" And then that's when they started handing out sheets. So they were charging 10 grand to $50,000 for a mentorship, and they had all this other stuff like these crazy great perks for signing up with 50 grand. And I was like, Jesus, I don't know if I have that money. I don't have any of that money, to be honest. I don't even have close to a grand. And so I was like, "What do you think it's worth signing?" I'm like, "What do you think? What are your honest thoughts?" And I was like, "Look, dude, I'm gonna be honest. I did my research on this so-called trading strategy, and it's really nothing but supply and demand. I don't know exactly what they've tweaked to make it their own, but the
Yeah,
basis of it is supply and demand, and it's not anything special, if I'm being honest with you. So I don't really know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could just teach myself this kind of stuff on on my own." Well, the guy was like, nah, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, they know, they must know what they're doing. They're traders. They know what they're doing. This and that. I'm like, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not gonna fall for it that easily. Well, the last day they started getting to pulling people to the side while the guy was teaching. They started taking people into a room, and they started to basically talk to them like, hey, are you interested in this mentorship and all this stuff? Now
yeah,
they were more trying to sell the 10 grand one because I guess they thought that it might have been near impossible to sell the $50,000 mentorship.
bro. They like, bro, what the
Yes, yes. And
fuck,
I was like,
bro?
okay. So the only one woman bought the $50,000 mentorship. I don't know why she bought it. I don't even, and honestly, I don't even know if she was a plant or not because it started getting to the
A
point where I
plan.
was, yeah, because I was like, this is weird. How come this old lady is the only one that paid for a $50,000 mentorship, and she's the first one that they took to the office, and she's the first one and the first and only one to accept to pay for a $50,000 mentorship. And I'm like, I'm starting to think she probably put her here to like sort of bait people into,
Oh, and the
paying.
paying, like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I pay for the.
yeah. So I
Oh,
was very skeptical about it. Very, very
I'm like
skeptical.
50. I'm like 50 G, bro. You can put that in Bitcoin now. You might
Bro,
make like you do 10 bands. What the heck?
I'm
What?
telling you, bro. Paying crazy
50
money. I was like,
G,
hell
50
no.
G just to sell you to the 10. Nah,
Yeah, nah,
crazy.
bro. I'm like, nah,
That's
that's crazy.
wild.
Nah, bro. No, that's crazy. And then literally once and then there was this one old dude though. This is what really did it for me. There was this one old guy. Now this guy was already pretty wealthy. I could already tell because I think he was driving like a Porsche. But he was an old dude, and I could tell this guy already had like good money because he told me too. He had like a little online business. He'd work from home. He was doing good, and when everybody was going to the rooms and coming out, like people, bro, these people were selling $10,000 mentorships to people that were in desperate need. There was a guy that was taking care of his mother because she had medical problems and he was going broke, and they still sold him the mentorship. And that also was
What?
another reason that I was like, man, dude, I don't think I could do something like this. I can't. And that kind of always stuck to me too. And so when they took the old guy into the room, he came out really quick. He was not there too long at all because I had gone before him, and they were sort of trying to help me to see if I could afford it, but they were like, like when they heard how broke I was, they was like, nah, it's not worth wasting our time. He's probably not even gonna be able to achieve any of the money. So he's
Yeah,
like, nah, it's all right. He's like, nah, man, come back, whatever. They knew they had bigger fish to fry, so I was like, okay.
yeah.
And so once I saw the old guy leave, he got up. Okay, he left out of the room. He got up. He came to Ed, the teacher, and he's like, "Hey, man, I appreciate all the lessons. I appreciate your time. You obviously know what you're doing. I would much rather learn from you personally, but I get that you have a contract and you're not allowed. So he's like, but I'm not paying for this. I'm not. I don't think it's really worth all the money, and I don't really think like making it seem like basically saying like there's something up. There's kind of something up, and I don't really think it's right either. So he's like, so I'm good. He's like, but I appreciate your time. And then I remember
Right.
something that that boy Chris Tucker said in Jackie Chan. He said, "Follow the rich white man," and
Well, yeah.
that always stuck with me. So I was like, "Follow the rich white man," and I was like, looked and I was like, "Man, if this old dude that already makes good money has his own business, who's been
It
alive,
just said, "Nah, I'm good."
yeah,"
Yeah.
he's like, "Nah, I don't think so," and he gave pretty good reasons why. I was like, you know what? I think it's time for me to leave too. I already got what I needed. Uh, I'm straight. I got up. I took a picture with Ed though. Pretty cool dude. And
Yeah.
I left. And then from there, that's when I started looking into, trading, all that stuff more. I started looking way more deeper into it. And then I always carry that experience with me of like, man, there's people that really are in need and they're getting taken advantage of. And that's also another reason, again, why I started the channel, why I gave all the content out for free, and why I also wanted to help you because if I could mentor you and make you a successful trader without even having to put in all that
Yeah,
one-on-one
mental work. Yeah.
guidance, I mean, imagine what people can do by me telling them to do the same thing and how many people can be inspired from it. And so, yeah, that's kind of like the main little first stepping stone into actually trading for me and uh, pushing me down this path. And I guess to sort of end it on this last question, what advice would you give to someone just starting out in trading?
Well, I mean, if they're listening to this now, I would say go on your channel, follow the beginner's guide. That's the best I can explain it. Um, and definitely don't doubt the knowledge that you have. Definitely just follow one person and stick with one person only. So obviously, if you're here, you know about for what I mean, Foresee. So
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like you stick with one person if you can. Apply their philosophy as long as they break down trading. It's not a real mentor, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they don't break down how they see the chart, then
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't be trying to trade their strategy. If
Yeah.
that person's not explaining, okay, if I see these two candles, that means an uptrend, and telling you this is an uptrend to me, then you can't do anything with that. Then
Yeah.
then you need to go to another mentor until you learn the base of trading, and then you can go back to that mentor if you stick with that person so bad. But stick with one person, learn the basics first, break everything down, read Atomic Habits, and so you can start applying and changing your life. I feel like the book will teach you a lot about habits and a lot about self-discipline. Learn, do Atomic Habits, change your bad habits. You got to fix your life first before you fix anything, to be real with you, and you can do that while you're trading. Definitely back test. What would I say? Don't spend a dollar unless it's for you. Don't spend a dollar unless it's on you, unless it's a self investment. If you absolutely need a mentorship, know what you're getting in the mentorship.
Yep.
Don't get a mentorship because you're lazy. Because at that
Right.
point, you'll never be a
Right.
successful trader. Like I came to him with the
Yep.
intention of I need help, so he was able to help me without because like now that I'm thinking about it, the me paying to him for the mentorship didn't even make sense because I know everything a mentorship would help me for. It's I'm just running into these roadblocks, and I just need like just a little bit more guidance, a little bit more training wheels, just to help me just see the light real quick. And bro, I swear to you, he told me a few things and answered a few key questions I had, and the rest was history. I didn't ask too many questions. You can tell when somebody has put in the work and put in the work questions compared to basic information questions that you should have known by doing your due diligence and just doing your research and learning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whether it's from ICT or some other person or some other course, like you have to learn the basics of everything. You know what I mean? And then from there on out, you have to find a strategy, stick with one strategy, understanding what a strategy is, as in, are you trading 4 hour order blocks or 15-minute order blocks? And if you're
Mm-hmm.
trading 15-minute order blocks, okay, what's your entry? 5 minute, 1 minute,
Mm-hmm.
okay. How can you refine it? Can you go 30 seconds? Can you do, you know what I mean? Like you find your strategy and don't trade different strategies. Your chart should not be filled up with 80 different lines unless it's how you trade. Like I said, it's super subjective. Like you said,
Yep.
um, if you like 80 different lines and it helps you trade and you feel like you're more guaranteed with that and you feel like that's your lucky charm, then do it. But
Right.
because I can't tell anyone how to trade. But definitely find your own way. You know what I mean? If you need more confluences and you feel like indicators is your way, then indicators is your way. You feel me?
Right.
If you feel like that is how, because all strategies is and these is helping us make higher probability trades,
Yep.
and then and then from higher probability trades, we're also adding indicators or strategies or squares, lines, bars to help us read the chart properly,
Yep.
or read the chart in our way to understand the market in our way individually. It's all subjective.
Yep.
So you know what I mean? Like my main advice is to learn the basics, which is go over your guide. I would definitely watch all, yeah, definitely watch all your videos.
For sure.
Definitely watch all your videos. And if you have any questions, definitely ask him. The same questions I asked him, I could have just asked in the Discord. You don't need, like, he barely gave me one-on-one except listening to me damn near complain and then like answering it with like logic and answering it with like, hey, you're thinking too much, like, hey, you're overthinking, like, this is not right, this is correct. Like, definitely, I wouldn't say babysitting, but like damn near, you know what I mean? Like damn near, like periodically babysitting, you know what I mean? But he
Right.
does deserve his credit. He definitely does deserve his credit. And I told him, okay, if he's gonna help me and damn near mentorship me, without me paying, damn near, I'm gonna make sure I watch every video and
Hmm.
ask questions about everything on every video so he knows what to refine if he's gonna remake it, so I can at least provide value. Which
Hmm.
is, before you
Yep.
ask anybody for value, if you can't provide them value any other way, you pay them. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, I'm
Right.
gonna provide him value by helping him make more content and better videos. So I gave him a big ass list of questions and stuff
Yep.
like that. And yeah, so I just, you know what I mean, value for value. Um, Definitely, like I said, you don't really need mentorships. A lot of courses are free online. Literally just like go on Reddit and like go type in free courses. That's all I can tell you. Legally, I don't know. I don't know what else I can tell you. But go on Reddit, type in free Forex courses.
Hmm.
That's it. That's all I can say. But a majority of these courses that people pay 10 bands for, etc. But I'm not doing that. You're crazy,
Yeah.
bro. It's for. I mean, I guess they're just taking advantage of the blind, maybe, of the ignorant, the
Yeah.
people that don't know. But like just this live or this talk right now is already a lot of game for a lot of people,
Hmm.
like already that I haven't seen. Me, I'm not where I want to be trading it, because where I want to be trading is almost not putting anything on the chart. And I know that sounds crazy, but
Hmm.
like that I want to trade completely naked. That's just what I want to do. Maybe drawing like one square here, one square there, but like I want to be able to have different strategies for different
Yep.
times and master that. And also have like I want to have like a max of three different strategies, and on like at least two different time frames that I can trade on, and that's just what my goals are.
Hmm.
For trading, I would definitely have goals when it comes to this, and yeah, pretty much that's just like I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm like starting my journey to, not starting my journey to profitability, but I'm I just opened the door to profitability. Like,
Right.
if that's the grab of what people really want the most, I have opened the door to it, and now I can see it. It was literally just like, what, 4 or 5 days ago. I didn't think that I was just doubting myself. Prayed on it. I was just doubting
Hmm.
myself that I couldn't even like, will I even achieve it? I'm thinking that I can't even like get there, like will I get there? And then, I'm back testing, I'm starting to see it, but like, is it really clicking or not? And then eventually it did click. Like, literally throughout my 300 trades, it literally clicked. Like, I can't explain it. Like, the first 70 I sent you a screenshot. I was like, bro, it's not work, like there's something wrong with me, like it's
Hmm.
not working. It's
Yeah.
like, but yet again, I was tripping myself up, because remember in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, bro, I get it. I get what sniper entries mean. Like, oh my gosh, I went to a lower time frame and found an earlier entry, and I caught way more pips than I would doing just a 5 minute. Like, oh my gosh, I went to the 1 minute and I caught a crazy entry. And after that, I started doing that. I'm like, all right, I'm just master this. Like, I've literally made progress. So how could I doubt myself? You know
Yes.
what I mean? And so
Right.
so definitely my advice would be also to definitely conquer yourself. Remember,
Hmm.
self-discipline, read Atomic Habits, learn the basics. Once you go from the basics, um once you go from the basics, definitely just like basics as in break everything down, understand what the candlestick is, understand the chart, understand what bias is before you
Mm-hmm.
trade. Please understand what bias is before you trade, because if you go for a short trade based on your strategy, are you gonna go for your normal R and R, or are you gonna go for a lesser R and R? I
Right.
so
Right.
so 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 like to break that down, because I feel like I have to break everything down so nobody has questions. That's just me because I hate questions. I have a strategy. I do supply and demand on the 15 minute, uh, and like my POI zones are refined, super sharp. So when they reverse, even though it's a bullish market, I can catch a bear trade, but my RRs always a 1-to-1, no more, no
Right.
like, bruh, I'll do 1 to 99. Like I'll do 1 to 0.99 if I have to. I do not go more than 1-to-1, and I catch those trades every time. But you shouldn't be doing that unless you have experience, which
Right.
is what I'm getting, which is my chart time. But you can, if your strategy is good enough, you can catch things like that. But you have to, that comes with experience. You
Yep.
you you have to learn your bias. And then like whenever I use my strategy and I catch a bull setup on a bullish market, I go to 1-to-4, 1-to-3. I catch all that and
Mm-hmm.
more. If I would have left the runner, I would have caught a 1-to-10, damn near. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Like, what was the RR on the trade you used to recently pass your account, your futures prop firm
I
account?
think it was a 1 to 2.5.
See, bro, see what I'm saying? Like, people
Yeah.
think that they need this ridiculous RR, bro. Just insane
No.
RR, and you
Yeah,
don't.
nah, yeah, I've seen it. I'm like 10, 1 to 10, to what, to 1 to what? I'm like, yo, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
how do you even participate in that drawdown? Like, what,
Yep.
like, bruh, I
Right.
like, because people don't understand that before it hits your take profit, it's like the market has to correct itself. How dare you disrespect the market and think the market's just gonna
Yeah.
move one way all the time? Hell no, it might
Right.
liquidity grab your ass and take your ass out that trade. What? And then move right back up and then hit you with a 1 to 30, but you didn't even catch that because you're
Yep.
already out the trade. You blew your accounts, you blew your money, you blew your yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely not. And then whenever you're trading prop firms too, you definitely need to back test if you're trading prop firms, because you have to understand
Oh
that like
yeah.
your drawdown, like that's what I'm saying. Like drawdown is a mother. Like
Oh yeah.
now when I do, like now when I trade, like I was watching this interview because I mean you should live and breathe whatever you're passionate about. I was watching this
Mm-hmm.
interview when I was in a car. Remember what I told you I was watching the
Yep.
interview when I was in a car,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy said, "Oh yeah, I have strict rules when it comes to trading. I have a stop loss of 10 pips because I know if it's 10 pips, it's just going to reverse and go the opposite way." And I was like, oh my gosh, like, and that stuck with me for like the whole month. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I learned that a month ago. Like, it stuck with me the whole month because I was like, first off, you can only make these rules if you're back testing. Simple,
Right.
done, end of story.
Right.
You have to back test. You can only make these rules for yourself when you back test. You can only make psychological rules when you back test. You
Mm-hmm.
can only make you can only do this if you're back testing. Like I have my own rules right now. Like use a fixed RR, fix my stop losses. Um, I said if price consolidates and it doesn't make a decision around the point of interest, it'll go through. I say watch for news, and then I say watch my zone size, and then I said only do 1-to-ones during low volatility hours or after
Right.
10:30 a.m. Like that's literally that's back testing, bro. That's
Bro.
like what? That's literally rules I made for myself during
Yeah.
back testing.
Bro,
Like
that is
I
professional.
yeah,
Bro, that is like
yeah,
professional top trader like game you're throwing out, because you're literally saying the same stuff I hear other people that have been trading longer than me say that they learned after like years of trying to learn how to trade. You learned all of this by simply backtesting. You cut the learning curve by so much, way more than half, and you're speeding like serious professional. Like when you told me that you take like small short trades when you're counter trend trading, I'm like,
yeah,
bro, that took me a long freaking time to learn that. And you're over here spitting it like it's nothing. Like, oh yeah, bro, like you're counter trend trading, yeah, take small short trades. Don't go for anything long, anything crazy. And I was like, bro, this stuff you can only learn with experience, like you said,
mm,
experience
mm.
back testing, and you're living proof of that. Amazing. So for anyone that will be watching this, you can also join the Discord, ask questions there. He's in the Discord as well, so if you want, tag a question on there. I'm pretty sure my boy Leak wouldn't mind answering a question every now and then. Uh, but yeah, man, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for putting in the work. Uh, and you know, just thanks so much, man, for not giving up on yourself, because it's very rare to find people like you, man. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the call. Um, and I mean, do you have any questions for me?
Nah, man, that's pretty much it. I'm still doing my 300, and then after that, I want to do another 300 on fair value gaps, because I feel like the market moves in two different ways. You know, either supply and demand, or like it moves in like super sharp, which is fair value gaps. And I think I just want to learn that too, and like yeah, I just want to do that, and then try to see if I can add any more to my trading skills, and like kind of, yeah, I want to be able to like do it from my phone. So I
Mm-hmm.
have to be able to like know exactly what I'm looking for and the strategy I'm looking for, and then go from there. But
Damn,
yeah,
bro.
that's pretty much it.
Man, dude, awesome, man. That discipline to do, say, you know what? Yeah, FN, I'm just gonna do another 300 trades. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
bro,
like
that is
what, like
crazy. I'm like, I'm like, this guy's an animal, bro. This man's an
yeah,
animal.
bro, like yeah,
Oh
like yeah,
no.
I'll be out eating, and I'm like, yo, like why do I feel like I want to trade right now? Like I want to hop right on FX replay, like I want to, yeah, I want to hop on it,
uh, this man, don't he can? He's addicted to the charts. I love it.
yeah,
All right,
so
brother. Well, thank you so much for your time, man. I guess I'll just wrap up the live. But thank you, brother. Thank you so much for taking your time, bro. I'll talk to you
yes,
soon.
sir,
And if you have any more questions, even after, later on down the line, if you're struggling with something with your back testing, you know I'm always here, man.
yes, sir.
All right, brother.
Thank
Talk
you
to you
so much,
soon, man.
man.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. I appreciate all the advice, and you know what I mean. Just last words is definitely just y'all just stick with the basics and understand what you're actually looking at for sure. Don't spend no money at all. Free. Free is the key word.
100%.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Talk to you
All right.
soon. Man, awesome stuff, guys. I love this guy. So, ladies and gents, just to sort of beautifully wrap up this live, anything can be possible, guys. Anything can be achieved if you just put your head in the game. If you just believe in yourself, if you just take one step at a time. If my boy Leak was able to do it, I was able to do it, plenty of others have been able to do it. This is not as complicated as you think. The truly hardest part about trading is the psychology part. That is it. The psychology part is truly what gets everyone, because almost every question that my boy Leak had, there was always a little bit of psychology tied into it, because there was some self doubt, right? There were periods where he finally understood something, and then that afterwards it was followed by a little bit of self doubt. I'd try to get him out of it. He'd come out of it. Then he'd come back again. He learned something. Later on, he'd come back down with a little bit of self doubt, and it was just a little cycle like that. But slowly but surely, he's now able to get out of it. Uh, he has his own trading strategy now. He passed his top step account like I think a day or two ago. Um, he did it all of it without having to spend a single dime. And if you guys think that this guy's a planner for some reason, I'm paying him to do this. I literally have nothing to gain, other than maybe subscribers. But I'm not selling anything. But if you guys don't believe me, talk to him. Hit him up in the Discord. Vet him. For all I care, I don't care. Hit him up. And he's a really cool dude, man. So thanks again, my boy Leak. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you taking your time. I have no doubt that God's going to use you to do amazing things. And again, guys, join the Discord. I'm on there. I'm probably going to be adding some gold signals real soon for free for the community. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for your support, your comments, and your DMs, your questions. Ask questions. Ask me a lot of questions, actually, because then I can make videos around those questions as well. But other than that, ladies and gents, that's all I have for you. God bless you. And I guess I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.